Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5. Out of our way!
You're mine! I'm on it! This talent hurricane! Take this!
Here's evil! Thunder field! Freeze Lancer!
If they rush you, you gotta just recover, okay?
Swallow blade! Try this! Infernal turret! Dazzle! I'll smash you! Luna Rongo! Rise it!
Looks... like it could be worth something.
I think I'll try to make that new recipe with this.
All right, but I'll decide how spicy it is.
I'll do my best!
Take this! You're finished!
Annihilation!
Oh, damn it! Burn! Catapult! Dragon Swarm! Try
I'll
this!
take out the leg with my shield!
Explosive ring!
Make it rain!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
On your knees!
Now!
Going in!
Luna Rongo!
Annihilation!
Dragon
Leave
Swarm!
the
I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
That's a pretty fancy skill there.
All the better to protect you with, my dear.
Then I'll leave the front line to you.
What's this thing?
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
It's over!
Denied!
Mega
Here I
Ray!
come!
Here's a healing arc!
Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going?
Try this! Explosive ring!
Do it!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! There!
Now!
Going in.
You're mine!
Take blessing!
This one's all
I'll
mine!
stop its charge!
Try this!
Thanks, Kisara!
Can't get out of this!
Flaming meteor!
I'll face you! Resonate with the earth!
Flaming meteor!
Luna Rongo!
Freeze Lancer!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. A fish! You saw...
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Yeah! Looks like I lost it. Is this what I think it is? You've gotta know when to quit. There we go. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch.
Yeah! I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
Yeah! There we go. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
All right. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
All right. I reeled us in a big one.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Yeah. Is this what I think it is? Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
Oh. I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Are we going to be able to finish all that?
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
Now, where might those fish be? Yeah! There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat?
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.